And it's officially here. The Rugby World Cup, it does kick off for today. Now, the Springboks get their defense of the World Cup Championship underway on Sunday when they take on the ever-improving Scottish side. And one of the key areas of this match will be the battle between the two sets of forwards. The Springboks have worldwide acclaim, and as New Zealand saw a couple of weeks ago, they are capable of totally demolishing their opponents. To talk to us about this and the role of the big men up front, we've roped in a Springbok hooker, Joseph Dweba, to chat to us. Good morning, Joseph. Welcome to Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, Joseph, when we speak rugby, a lot of times we hear people saying one of the most important positions on the field is that tight head prop. Now, as the man that's generally in the middle of the scrum, talk to us about the importance of that tight head.
Yeah, it's quite important. I mean, the whole front row is actually quite important. But yeah, if you've got a dominant tight head on your side, it helps a lot. You know, I mean, and the Springboks now in the setup already, there's three quality tight heads. You've got Trevor, you've got France, you've got Vincent Koch. So it's quite important to have a solid tight head because that's where you get your go forward momentum from them. And I mean, look at the front row itself. You've got that's playing this weekend. You've got Stephen, you've got Malcolm, you've got France. And then coming off from the bench, you've got Trevor, Ox, and Bongi. So it's going to be quite a physical one up front.
And we love that physical battle. Just speaking about those forwards, and I mean, I think anyone that has come up against the Springboks knows how deadly those Springbok forwards are. What would you say it is about the forwards that makes them as deadly as they are when they are on song?
What makes them deadly? I mean, we've all wanted to play for the Springboks one, and when we wear the jersey, you know, it's just only that pride thing of saying that, you know what, you got an opportunity to wear the jersey and just give your all, and that's what we've been always focused on. You know, I mean, playing with experienced guys. I mean, like France, your Trevor, your Bongis, your Malcolm, your Stephen Petzel. You know, it helps a lot as a youngster as well, like me, for example. It helped me a lot, you know, to gain my confidence as well, playing with them. And, you know, when you wear the jersey, it's something special, I promise you.
It's that green and gold. It comes with something. Let's talk about, as you speak about the green and gold, let's talk about the man that's leading this team, Siya Kolisi. Talk about just his presence, his ability to inspire, and also just that thought that we went through as a nation at some point when we just came to the realization it could be a possibility that he wouldn't be in this World Cup. How would you say that was affecting the team?
It affected us a lot, you know, but one thing I could say is that the guy was just working very hard, you know, while in camp and stuff like that, he was not stopping. You know, the doctors tell him, listen, relax. He just kept on going on, you know. But we felt it. We felt it in the group. We felt it in the team because we know that he's a kind of guy that just calms everything down. You know, he leads by example. He's one of those guys that doesn't talk a lot. As most people would see, but he leads by example. When that guy carries the ball or when he defends, it's just on another level. And as a player, you also want to do the same. You're like, okay, he's doing it, I'm also going to join, you know. So he just leads by example. That's one thing that we also missed. But now that he's back, you know, you can clearly just see with the two games that he played against Wales and New Zealand, it was just phenomenal, and he was just leading from the front.
And I mean, you look at those performances that you speak of, and you look at when the expected timelines of recovery from his injury were versus the time that he did it in, and he gets onto the pitch, and that's the kind of performance he gives, which was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, correct. That's what I was saying, that he was just working. He was just working the whole time. While we were training, he was also doing his rehab. He was not even going, he was going more than once. He was going more than once the whole time in Pretoria. They kept on telling him, listen, relax. This thing takes time. He's like, no, I want to be back on the field. So that's the type of person he is. He just doesn't stop. He just keeps on going.
And Joseph, how is this to look ahead into Sunday's clash? Because, I mean, of course, the Springboks getting the defense underway. And, I mean, we can see this beautiful jersey and we know how many times we've won it before. What would you say, if any, are some of the concerns going into this clash, just given the good form we've seen building up into the World Cup?
To be quite honest, there's nothing that I see that's a major concern for me. You know, the team that they picked is quite solid. from the starting to the bench. It's quite solid team, you know. We as South Africans love leading from the front, you know. Everything starts with the front for us, you know. That's why I've got these big boys there. So I don't see any major concern for us, you know. The team is quite well balanced and everything. So yeah, I'm quite happy and quite excited to come to see it, you know, and to see what's going to happen this Sunday.
And before I wrap up with you, Joseph, I want to speak about your own personal journey, having made the Springbok team. Let's talk about how that moment came about for you. Who called you? What happened? What was your reaction? Did you think it was a prank? Just talk me through those emotions and how it came about for you.
Yeah, it was quite a surprising moment. You know, it was quite special because I was still in France at that time. I was still playing in France in Bordeaux. So I mean, we were playing against Toulouse that game. It was, I think, it was the quarterfinals of the Heineken Cup. And you know, I just received an SMS from my current agent right now, and he said, "Listen, you've made it into the squad." I was like, "Wow, okay," I couldn't believe it, you know, because they were picking the squad, and I was that side, and time difference was, I think it was an hour or two, so they were in front of us, they were ahead. So when he sent me that message and said, "Listen, you made it into the Springbok squad," I was like, "Wow, okay, that's perfect." And then messages kept on coming over, kept on coming through, and I called my wife and I was like, "Listen, we've made it to the Springboks," and it was the first time, you know. So for me, it was quite special. And yeah, since then, it's just been a roller coaster. Just been great memories, you know, playing with great guys in the team. I mean, like Sia as well is such a great leader, you know, such a great person to feed from, you know. Malcolm, Stephen, you know, coming back to South Africa, playing with them, playing with Stephen, playing with France. It's such a wonderful thing that happened for me as a youngster, you know, growing into my rugby. It's just fantastic.
Well, Joseph, we're so proud of you as a nation. Congratulations, and have a blessed Friday further.
Thank you so much. You too, eh? Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, so there is, of course, a Bok Friday. The World Cup starts today. On Sunday, it is the Springboks that will be in action against Scotland. And, of course, the SABC will be bringing you the live, not delayed, live World Cup action coming through from France as we bring you 16 matches of the Rugby World Cup. That's how we wrap up your sports news in this hour.